Okay. So what happens is, and this is what happens to me, I get phone calls all the time from some national radio show, from some national magazine or newspaper, because I'm perceived as the expert. So they want my opinion on the golf industry. I've literally done thousands of interviews around the country because of we're recognized, and that's what I want you to be in your area. So let's say, you know, when the season starts kicking off, or you guys have a big PGA tournament in your area, you send out things saying you're the experts and you're available for comments. And then maybe they want to interview on, you know, on their station or in the newspaper. And again, more exposure, more credibility for you, more credibility for your sponsors, your clients. It's just a win-win all the way around. You can't
What kind of
spend,
questions do they ask you?
oh, it varies. I sometimes have been on for 2 hours with these guys. Sometimes it's 10 minutes. It's just gonna you know, vary. So
About how the event is run, or how the players, or just anything?
guys, I have done a million different types.
Yeah.
Usually it's what's happening with the golf tournament industry.
Gotcha.
What's happening with charities, what's happening with new ideas. That's typically what it is. But then, you know, sometimes we do it on sponsors. I was a regular on many shows where we talked a different topic every week: how to get golfers, how to get sponsors. I've done tons of syndicated articles. If you ever, you know, do a Google search on me, you're going to find articles all over the country on how to produce a golf tournament. And that was an exerted effort on my end. I tracked down every single golf paper in the country and the editor, and I sent them articles and said, here's some you can use, you can call me, whatever. And that's, you know, that doesn't happen by accident. It's an exerted effort. But exposure in the media is good. And you guys want to be perceived as the expert, because if you do a radio show, you're going to get people calling you. So.
Gotcha.
All right. So media is something you want a complete list of, and you never know what's going to pop up. All right. And then you guys want to get a list of golfers. Now that's going to take time. That's not going to happen overnight. But if you ever come across a list of golfers, grab it. Every time you do a tournament, get every single golfer in their email in your database. Because in a year from now, let's say you do 10 tournaments this year, and let's say there's 100 golfers each time. So there's 1,000 golfers in your database. The next time you talk to a client, you say, not only can we promote or help you with your event, but I have 1,000 golfers in our database that we can let them know about your tournament. So in the perfect world, you got 5,000 golfers. And you may want to go out and purchase lists of golfers, which you can from Golf Magazine and Golf Digest. And a lot of people offer lists of golfers. And the problem with that is just keeping up to date with it. But what a powerful tool when you're selling, to say, hey, we're not only going to help you with your tournament, but we have 5,000 golfers we can also promote your event to. Powerful tool. And then obviously the suppliers and vendors that we talked about, that should be no less than, you know, 300 to 400 vendors that you're in communication with, saying, hey, you know, we can rep your product here in the area. Send us updated information, give us a better deal. And let me tell you why that's powerful, for really a lot of reasons. Number one, you want to be experts in all the merchandise, all the pricing, anything that's available out there. You guys want to become experts in that. You also want to be updated and experts in all the services that are out there. Any new software programs. I mean, did you know they have a thing called a bunker stamp? So for example, you can get made a logo of BMW and put it in the sand traps at a golf course. So you're doing a corporate outing for BMW, and every sand trap has a big, huge BMW logo. Did you know that you can actually, you ever seen a football field where they have the big, you know, their name of their company in the middle painted on the football field? Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Okay, you can do that on the golf course. So if you do a big corporate outing and you got a big sponsor, you can literally paint their logo in the middle of the fairway.
Mhm.
There are posters that you can put on the cart path, like billboards, but they're laid on the cart path.
We've seen that,
So
yeah.
the point being,
Kevin would see this, the ones in the stand pretty regularly, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, but the problem is you're going to mess them up.
Oh wait,
You're gonna be in there. You're gonna mess up the logo. No one's gonna be able to see it.
Right, right. But he'll see it. I'm telling you. I play
yeah.
with him. He'll see it in the sand trap.
Dave will see it, but what about the people behind him?
I'm going to Myrtle Beach tomorrow to play for 4 days. Apparently, there's a lot of sand down there. So
Oh my goodness! Get ready.
Yeah. So
So here, but my point is that I want you to not only be aware of everything that's available, but have a relationship with those vendors and know the pricing. Because again, let's say you're talking to BMW and you said, hey, do you know we can put your logo in the sand traps? And they go, oh my God, we've never heard of that before. That sounds great. Let's do it. And you just sold a client based on that one little idea. You know what I'm saying? So you guys have got to become the experts. You got to stay updated with all vendors, all suppliers, so that anything that comes up, you're like this. You just know it. You can say it. We can get you that for $500. Boom, done deal. Versus, let me do some homework. Let me do some research. I'll get back with you. And then you take a week to do research.
Right.
So
right.
being an so that's number one, is you need to be an expert in every single area of merchandise and services. Number two, if you have a relationship with these guys, okay, they're going to not only send you leads, but trust you, but they're going to send you business because they don't want to handle the sales end of it, but they've got to believe in you and they got to trust you. They're going to send you clients. Hey, I don't have time to write this order, follow up, go meet with them. Boom. That's another reason you want a great relationship with all vendors and suppliers. And then number three, here's a big one. Let's say, and I'm going to teach you how to make money with this, but you can actually sell sponsors for you. I don't know if I mentioned to you, but the GTAA, one of our biggest revenue sources is our sponsors. If you look on our website, we have tons of sponsors, and I get a check from them every single month just to be our exclusive preferred sponsor. So let's say you guys want another source of revenue. You go to your local sign guy and you say, Mr. Local Sign Guy, you can be our exclusive sign guy. And it's only going to cost you $1,000 a year. And we're going to send you all of our business. So now, boom, they're your exclusive guy. You're sending them business. They're giving you cash. It's a win-win. If you decide to do a seminar and you want some sponsors to help underwrite it, you got national sponsors around the country that might want to support that. There was a back in the day when I had lots of energy. When I did a seminar, I literally would bring in 10 sponsors at $250 a pop for an extra $2,500 for that seminar. And it was a win-win because then there's more revenue from doing a seminar. Okay, so that's why you want an in-depth database of vendors and suppliers, but not just that, but also a personal relationship. So, you definitely want to be able to, reach out to those folks, on a regular basis too.
When you sit in front of a client and do you ever present them with almost a menu of items? Is it more talk, or is there maybe pre-printed things that someone says, okay, I'll take the sand trap logo, the fairway logo, yada, yada, yada. Like, is there?
Well, first of all, if you were to try to present all the products that you want to sell them, there would be about 3,000 and it would take about 2 weeks. So the answer
but if you narrowed it down to like your bread and butter, or the ones that you could possibly make the most markup on, and you said, here's our gold package. I'm using just words, but this is premium shit, right? If you want the premium shit, this is the best. This is going to cost you a little bit more, but you're not going to see this in other tournaments unless we do it.
Right. Well, the answer to your question is first you ask the questions, you understand what their needs and their wants are and their budget and what's happening, and then you present the then you present it. But we're going to get into the whole sales process if we get time today, if not the next one. But how do you actually sell something? So the answer to your question is you ask a lot of questions, you understand what their needs are, then you interject the ideas. Because you're not going to want to present the gold platinum package if they're a brand new charity with $15 in their checking account.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You have to be prepared. But yeah, I like having an A, top quality, B, middle of the road, and C, lower end items. No doubt
Mhm.
about it. And then you get a feel for what they want the best.
Okay.
All righty then. Okay, so bottom line is databases is huge, and obviously you want them. That's going to be constantly updated. Eventually, you're going to even want an administrative assistant that does all that. So you just say, "Hey, add this to the tournament planners, add this to the golf courses." But right now, you guys have got to do it. All right, website. Are you guys working on a website?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, through GoDaddy, you can build your own websites through there. So
Right.
it's for the most part, it's a landing page, but it has video capabilities and things like that. So we're just
Okay.
plugging in. If I can, I don't know if I can send you without going live. So if I can send it to you before we go live, I'd love to get your eyes on it.
Okay, yeah. Now, we're not going to spend a whole lot of time on the website, although we can if you really, really want to, because that's a whole hour just within itself. But I think the best advice I can offer is I really suggest you dig through my website. Every page, every line item, the shop page, the videos, dig through it, number one. Number two, go on a consultants tab pages and look at all their websites.
Yeah.
Then go into Google search and do golf tournament event planning consultants or event planners. Look at their websites.
Yeah.
Glean from there what you like. There's everything from basics, which I'm going to suggest in the beginning, which GoDaddy gives you, but then there's stuff that we need to be in there. You want to capture emails, you want to have a little video, you want to blog, but the most importantly is you want it to look cool, be easy to navigate, and then you want to be high up on the internet searches.
Right.
So SEO is key. Are you familiar much with SEO or no?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Then we won't get into that too much today. But it's so valuable because if you do a little Google search, you're going to find some of our consultants are at the top. If you do a little Google search on planning a golf tournament and so forth, we used to be at the top for years. We were number one by accident. I didn't even know what we were doing, but no one did what we did. Nowadays, everyone's stealing our space and buying ads. And so we've kind of been bumped down. But definitely, you want to be up at the top when it comes to Maryland golf tournament planners, Maryland charity events, all that. You guys want to be at the top. So as we get down the road with your website, just remember SEO is very, very important. And I don't know if GoDaddy offers that. That's the problem.
They do optimization. They do have that. Yeah.
Okay. Additional fee. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So bottom line is take a look at some other websites and see what you like, see what you don't like, look at the functionality, but definitely go through ours because I have all the bells and whistles that I think anybody would need, from video links to blog links to the shot store list of our sponsors, but dig through there and see what you like. And
are there rules of putting certain videos on? I'll use the example of what I was just, there's video capability on the website, obviously. I went to the BMW tournament. Certainly I wouldn't put it up there because it looks like we were part of that. It wouldn't be kosher.
Right.
But I got video of Phil Mickelson like just walking on the green, right? Just
yeah.
But you know,
Well,
or
first of all, you're not big enough for anybody to sue you, so I wouldn't worry about that. Okay. And you definitely want to be sensitive to trademarks and being honest and real. In other words, you can't say we do the BMW tournament if you don't. And trust me, there are people that do that. So,
right.
you know, you want to be honest, you want to be right. The most important thing is that here's the bottom line. The bottom line is you want the phone ringing. You want people to call you or email you saying, we need your help. That's the bottom line. So whatever that takes, whether
Mhm.
that takes a killer video that gets found on YouTube, whether that's a killer article that you write or you grab from me and put it on your website, whether that's, you know, key mega tag names in your website, all that stuff pulls it to you. Even
Mhm.
in the beginning, you may want to down the road, guys, I'm really going to suggest that you work with an SEO expert because they're going to tell you, they know how to. I just spent a year learning all this crazy stuff because I wasn't up to speed on it. But there are words that pull more than others. There are more types of searches in your area than there might be mine. I mean, it might be the #1 search might be, you know, how do you do a fundraising golf tournament? Well, that's what you want. You want to be at the top of that search. So how do
Right.
you get there? You either buy an ad to be there, and then how much would that cost? Or you've got to be linked. You got to have optimized website. You got to have optimized videos. You got to have optimized YouTube channel. All that stuff is going to help get them to you. That's the bottom line.
Right.
And again, here's the problem. If you know, you can have all that stuff. It takes lots of time. It can be expensive, but if you're pounding the phones and working with golf courses, you don't need any of that stuff, to be honest with you. But it doesn't hurt to get a phone call out of the blue. I mean, I have to tell you, I got 3 phone calls out of the blue yesterday. No idea where they came from. And they're big deals, just out of the blue. So that's fun to have. That's fun. That's the fun. That's the payoff, right? When you're doing
Yeah.
all that other stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So, so the website we won't get into detail today because I want to cover a lot more stuff really quick. You're going to want a flyer, a brochure, not necessarily printed. I think in the old days, you know, and this manual says hands out, but and you definitely want something to hand out if you guys ever do any, you know, mixers or trade shows or go to any consumer golf shows, but mainly a flyer right now that says what you do and that you can email to people. And there's probably going to be a reflection of your website. So that's coming down the road. As you develop that, you want a 1-page flyer that says exactly what you do.
Mhm.
In fact, I have a whole stack of them that we provide, and if you want them, I can send them to you. And you just there's a little space for your name if that's what you wanted. But
I'd like to see it for sure.
okay, all right. Let me let me write this down. Okay, I'll get that to you. All right, so you definitely want a brochure handout for when you're doing stuff. I like to see a presentation folder, okay? This is a really powerful tool. If you're sitting in front of a client and you have a notebook that you can open up and show them, you know, a brochure of a client that you did, and then you show them a list of satisfied clients, and then you show them, flip the page and you show them a, you know, a letter of reference. Then you flip the page and you show them, you know, a particular product that you got branded for one of your clients. But a nice presentation folder is powerful. Nowadays, you can do it on an iPad. You can do it on a Zoom call and flip it, but some type of presentation notebook or folder or deck, PowerPoint, that shows all the stuff. And you want both because you're going to be doing Zoom call presentations and you're going to be doing something, you know, face to face. Maybe you just put it on an iPad or a laptop and you don't have to print it because that's more expensive. But just a notebook that has, you know, what you do, all the service that you provide. It has success stories on, you know, things that you've done, who you've helped. It's going to have letters of reference. It's going to show examples of gifts and prizes. But it just has power. they're not going to read that reference letter. But if you had a whole page of clients that you've worked with, that just looks powerful. You know what I'm saying?
Do
So
you recommend printing things for face-to-face so that they have a takeaway?
Yes, I definitely recommend that.
Yeah.
But don't get crazy, because nowadays, everything's done via email.
Right.
So, but yeah, I definitely think a little flyer is good to be able to leave with guys. And
I think so too. Like when
yeah,
when there's stuff that lays on your
Yeah.
desk, you kind of just reminded. If it's in an email, you're not reminded.
right.
We've always been good at that.
Yeah.
We're good at that.
All right. Okay, so how up to speed are you guys with social media?
We're pretty good. I mean,
Yeah.
we're aware, you know.
All right.
So, yeah.
Well, here's another, it's time consuming, as you know. But in the beginning, better, that you get out there as much as you can with, your Facebook posts and your Instagram posts, and, building your, followers and all that kind of stuff. But it's just more free advertising for you and your organization.
Mhm.
I love telling the story, but I love it when I hear a charity, they post their golf tournament on Facebook, and someone in another state sees it and their heart strings are pulled, and they mail a check for 25 grand.
Mhm.
So that stuff, and again, powerful selling tool. If you go into a client and say, we have a social media campaign, bar none, and we got 10,000 followers or whatever, we post videos on YouTube, and we do Facebook, and we do Instagram, all of a sudden that's another powerful selling tool for you. So social media is good. It's something that you guys need to get in the routine to have. All right. So again, we're not going to spend a whole lot of time on the website and search engine optimization, although I'm more than happy to cover that down the road. What I wanted to really get to today is golf courses. How do you work with golf courses? So this is a powerful, powerful tool. In fact, if you do this one good, you don't have to do anything else. You don't even need a website. You don't even need social media. You don't even need a database if you do this one right. Okay. And here's the concept. Number one, you partner with golf courses and they give you their clients. That's the concept. Let me give you the negatives and how you overcome them. Golf courses think they help their customers, but they don't. They think they know how to plan a tournament, but they don't. In their mind, they know how to plan a tournament the day of the event, but they know nothing about 90% of the planning that goes in advance. That's where you come in. That's your expertise. So that's going to be an objection. We already help our customers, but that's a lie, because they don't. The other concern is they do not want to give you their clients, because they think that you're going to take that client and take them to another golf course. So that's probably even a bigger objection. So the bottom line is, you have to build trust. You have to build a relationship. You have to let them know that you have integrity and character, and even go as far as signing a contract with a golf course. But this is the approach. You can't call them and say, hey, we want to help your customers. That won't fly. You have to call a golf course, and this is exactly how you do it. You call the golf course and you say, hey, we're an event planner in town. We plan golf tournaments. We'd like to bring some clients to your golf course, but we need to know more. Is there a chance we can meet and discuss all the benefits that you offer to help tournaments? Well, the answer is going to be absolutely. They'll invite you to lunch. So the concept is, you're bringing clients to them, and you may, that hopefully, ideally, you will. So you meet with them, you sit down with their key people, general manager, director of golf, and you ask them, okay, what is it that you offer a customer? What is it you offer a tournament? And they're going to give you the basic tour, and here's our restaurant, and we do great food, and our course is in great shape, and here's the pricing, da, 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 da. We do the signs on the day of the event. We do the scoring, you know, they're going to say all that and say that you're going to come back saying, how many golfers does your average tournament have? But before you get into that, you're going to want to convince them that you have the potential of bringing them customers. That's the bottom line. They've got to believe that you are actually going to bring them, so that they want you to be a customer of theirs.
Mhm.
Once you build that relationship and you know they feel good about working with you, then you're going to ask them a question. You're going to say, on the average, how many golfers is in one of your outings? And they're going to say, well, the average is, you know, 60 to 70. And you're going to say, what if that customer brought 120 to 140? Would that be better for you? Would that be more of an advantage for you? Well, duh, of course.
Mhm.
If they have more golfers, that means they sell more food, they sell more merchandise, they sell more green fees, so they can double their income. And so your response is, well, that's our expertise. We help charities get more golfers, pure and simple. We help them get more sponsors so they have more money to buy more merchandise.
Mhm.
Now they know what you do. So ideally, then you're going to say, do you think you have any current tournament customers that need help with their tournament? We'd love to be able to help them. And you're going to get some guys that say, absolutely, they all need help. Here they are. Boom, boom, boom. Here's their names. You're going to get others to say, yeah, sounds good. We'll let you know if anything comes up. And then you never hear from them again. And then you're going to get others say, no, we really can't give you the names of our customers. Okay, those are the idiots. So obviously you want the number one guy that says, hey, yeah, we want you. Now, or number two that says if it comes up, great. But now here's the key. You got to stay in touch with them, because once you walk out that room, they're going to forget about you. So you got to stay in touch with them on a regular basis. This is why the newsletter is so valuable. That keeps you in front of them, so that when a tournament does come, and inevitably a tournament's going to come to their property and say, now what do we do? Oh, what about Dave and Kevin? Boom, I just give them to them. And then boom. You may have to take this a whole step further. And I never talk about this too much, because they think in their mind they sell merchandise to their customers, but they don't, because it's all overpriced. So your response to the golf course is, hey, can we buy merchandise through you? And that gets them excited. But in reality, you're probably going to find a better deal with another vendor somewhere else. But you may want to say, if in fact we end up selling them merchandise, we'll give you guys a 5% commission. Now you get them semi-excited. If you want to even take it a step further, you can say, we'll give you 5% across the board. If we sell all-in-one insurance, we'll give you a commission check. If we sell signage, because remember, they're giving you a lead, they're giving you a referral.
Mhm.
So it only makes sense to give them a commission on everything you do. And if you do that, the first time you write that check to that guy, you got a customer for life.
Right.
So now think about this. If you worked with 5 golf courses and they each had 50 events each per year, how many tournaments customers would you have right out of the bucket?
Huge.
Absolutely. 5 at 50 is 250 customers.
Yeah.
You couldn't handle that. All right. But that's the concept.
When you talk about merchandise specifically, you're saying buy the blank shirts from the golf tournament?
No, what I'm saying is, and you're going to have to play this one some by ear, because they get very sensitive about this. They think in their mind, if a customer is going to buy merchandise, shirts or, you know, golf balls, they want to buy it from the golf course and they'd love to sell it, but it's double the expense.
Right.
So I'm saying, as an ace in your sleeve, what you can say is, by chance, if the customer buys any merchandise from us, whether it's trophies, whether it's, you know, less or expensive shirts, we can give you guys a 5% commission on the whole deal as a backup closing deal. Is what I'm saying. Does that make sense?
I understand. I guess it's it's carefully worded on you bringing in a third party on the merchandise when they could turn them off real quick.
Right, exactly. You got to be very careful because some of them are sticklers about it and some of them are not. But in the beginning, I don't even really bother with that. I more talk about helping their customers get more golfers, pure and simple, because that's a win-win for everybody. But if I start getting into, I'm going to sell them a bunch of merchandise and sell them a bunch of services, then they start thinking, wait a minute, that should be our business. And it
Right.
turns them off. So I kind of downplay that a little bit, unless I have to.
I mean, we'll run this by you, but I'm guessing some courses are just better at serving their customers, and they are going to be less inclined to, invite us in. And other ones are going to be, like you said, like absolutely, they're short staffed, they don't have the people. So maybe you can, well, obviously we'll run any of these by you, but you can, if you do have any history with this work, and I'm guessing the higher end clubs probably have somebody who, runs all their events, etc. But, or maybe it depends. I mean,
well, here you're exactly right. And that's why it's important for you to meet and know every single golf course in town, because you don't know. But at the same time, let's just say you have a golf course, this high-end golf course that does everything, and they don't need you. They don't need outside. Okay, but they do need customers. But that's a great golf course. And by chance, your client says, we want that golf course. Well, it behooves you to have a commission deal in advance. If we bring you a tournament, can we get a commission? That makes sense? So even if they don't need you to help their customers, they do need you to bring them clients. And you need to have a commission structure in place that gives you a commission on every tournament you bring to their tournament.
And what's a good commission to ask for? What percent?
10%.
10%.
Absolutely.
And that 10% is basically for whatever the tournament would pay the course.
Yeah. So
across the board, food, everything.
Ideally, that's what you want to shoot for. Absolutely. Yeah. All right. And so the bottom line is, and again, you want to know every golf course intimately. For me, it's easy. There's probably 300 golf courses in Arizona. I know them pretty much all because I've played them all. I've talked to them all. I've been doing this for 30 years here. So it's going to take you time, but it's a worthwhile effort, because if a customer says to you, I need a high-end resort in Northwest Maryland, you better, you want to have the answer to that.
Right.
We got 3 options. Boom, boom, boom. Here's the pricing. Which one do you like better?
Right.
Save you a lot of time and effort. So you not only want to have a full understanding of all the golf courses and have a relationship, you also want a commission in place and ideally a relationship in place. Now, that being said, you want to be careful, because let's say there's 2 beautiful resorts in Northwest Maryland, and they're close to each other and they're both great. Well, you got to be careful not to double dip and say to one, we'll sell you, and say to the other one, we'll sell you, if you give them customers. So what I like to do, if I'm going to go out and represent, let's say 4 golf courses, I'm going to pick one nice one in the Northwest, one nice one in the Northeast, one nice one in the Southwest, and one nice one in the Southeast. And I tell them they're exclusive with you. Let me tell you why Jeff Mose, the guy in your backyard, does so good. Because he has like 3 golf courses. He charges them a monthly retainer, and it's got to be $2 or $3 grand each. But they're his exclusive clients. That's all he sells for. And then he does all the other stuff through his company. So if you could get to that point, then it's a home run. If you can get a golf course to pay you a monthly retainer to sell for them, it's out there.
Right.
But that would be a gold mine.
Okay.
Imagine having 5 golf courses that each paid you, $1,000 a month to represent them.
Yeah.
Market them, promote them, boom. Now you've got that going on.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got through about half of what I wanted to get through, guys, because I don't want to rush through any of this other stuff, because I really want to go into, newsletters, referral programs, doing seminars, and then the whole sales process from start to finish. So if you're
planning to do.
Yeah, you got plenty to do right there. There's no shortage of stuff, and then maybe we can just get into that next week. Maybe next Tuesday in the morning and go finish up all the stuff. Sound
This
good?
works perfect. 11 on Tuesday
Yeah,
next week.
it does. Yep, it does.
Okay. Yeah. We'll put it down. Got it.
Sound good?
Yeah, thank you.
All right, guys, good stuff.
Okay,
Hey, you guys
appreciate
are
it.
you're above the curve. I'm excited that you guys get it when you hear it. And we got a lot more to cover, but when you're ready, you'll be ready. You'll hit the ground running. So next week, and we'll talk before the phone call with these other guys, but I'll take the lead and kind of show you how I would walk through kind of a presentation.
Okay.
So it's good timing.
Fantastic. All right,
All right,
great.
Great.
Okay,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thanks,
Okay.
man. Talk next week.
Okay.
All
Yep.
right.